Today I'm going to be sharing my preschool curriculum picks. Welcome back to the vlog, you guys. If you have not already, please be sure to subscribe and hit that thumbs up button if you like the video. Last week I shared my kindergarten curriculum picks. If you missed it, I will link it up here. This week I'm going to talk about my preschool curriculum picks. So I didn't do a whole lot of preschool with my daughter, my eldest, when she was Bram's age. He's 3 years old. I just did a little bit of color recognition and a little bit of counting, and that's really where I left it at. We didn't dive into school until she was 4, and we did some pre-K, just focusing on a letter every single week. Now my son has been watching my daughter for the last year that we've been doing school. He's been watching her do her summer school as we lead into kindergarten, and I really wasn't planning to do any type of curriculum with him for preschool, but he said to me, he came up to me, "Mommy, I want my own school. I want my school." So he wants this special one-on-one time where he's learning and doing something special with mommy. So I started looking at some preschool curriculums for him that were super gentle, because I've looked at a couple of them and there's just like a lot that you have to prepare, and I want it super easy, very minimal. And because we are doing My Father's World, God's Creation from A to Z with my rising kindergartner, I decided to go ahead and purchase My Father's World Preschool all aboard the animal train. I just got my box in of all the curriculum for my son, so I wanted to show you everything that's in here, and then I got 2 other extra things to go with this curriculum. So let's dive in and talk about what I have for preschool for my 3.5-year-old. So I'm super excited to utilize all aboard the animal train. In the full-blown curriculum package, it came with this teacher's manual. I love how nicely the teacher's guide is laid out for you to follow the curriculum. Everything is laid out for you exactly as you need to follow it Monday through Friday. So it is set up to be a 5-day schedule. There are 12 themed units within this curriculum, and each unit lasts a few weeks. So this is a full-blown curriculum to last you throughout a school year. I am super excited to go through and teach him things like love, sharing, obedience, kindness, patience, thankfulness, politeness, friendliness, forgiveness, joy, truthfulness, and doing your best, along with those different character traits that you're going to be focusing on for weeks. There is a book that it comes with that is called First Virtues, 12 Stories for Toddlers, and this book ties into building godly character, those character traits. It also came with a set of student sheets, so I need to take these apart and organize them. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do that yet, but I'm going to get busy organizing this and getting set up. My Father's World is a Christian curriculum, and everything is taught from a biblical worldview. I'm super excited that we got this preschooler's Bible to read through with my son. This is for ages 3 to 5. There are a bunch of different stories to just help bring the Bible alive to your child. We have a couple Bibles at home. We have the Children's Illustrated Bible, and we have the Just a Storybook Bible, both of which we've read through maybe a couple times. So I'm excited to read this through with him. It's going to be something new. I really love the way that the pictures look in here, and the stories are a little bit quicker, which helps with his attention span, because he doesn't always sit for long periods of time while we're reading, although we're practicing. So another book that came with the curriculum is this A Big Treasury of Little Animals. My kids love animals. I think my 2-year-old will even love listening to this and looking at the pictures, because it's real pictures of real animals. They're not cartoons or graphics, so this is going to be a super fun one to go through. Another book that came with it is this, The Margaret Wise Brown Treasury. There are 8 stories within this. She's actually the author of Goodnight Moon and Runaway Bunny, so there are beautiful stories in here that we're going to be reading throughout the year. We also have these 2 books. We have Animal Tales, and the second one, More Animal Tales. It's just a collection of classic childhood tales. So there are fun stories like The Rabbit and the Turtle, The Lion and the Mouse, The 3 Little Kittens, The 3 Little Pigs, Goldilocks and the 3 Bears, things like that. So these are going to be fun stories to read with my preschooler. Then there's a couple of activities that come with the curriculum curriculum, so I will show you that. We have this Discovery Shapes design book. So there are different designs in this book, and it starts off a little bit easy, and then as you continue to get farther into the year, it gets a little bit more complex. It does come with these shapes that are laminated and pretty sturdy that I actually need to cut out so he can try and make them with this. But I've done some research on previous My Father's World preschool users. I joined a Facebook group and found out that they used to use these building blocks. They are transparent, they're acrylic, they look like this, and they used to use these for building. So I got some of these blocks too because I thought it might be fun for him to use the blocks and not just the paper. So this was an extra thing that I got just off of Amazon, which can be something fun for him for his surprise box. If you guys have used My Father's World already, you guys know about the surprise boxes, but I will dive into what those are and a layout of what you're doing on a day-to-day basis in a different video. But this should be a fun addition to do our Discovery Shapes. A couple other things that come with the curriculum are these animal cookie cutters. So there are different animals based on the animals that we are learning about throughout the year, throughout all the units. So this will be fun to use with Play-Doh or make cookies. It comes with this big paint set. So there are 4 colors in this. And the thing that I love about these watercolors is that they are huge. My son has tried to utilize some of the nicer watercolors that I have for my 5-year-old, and he just doesn't fully understand like all the tiny and like dipping it and rinsing it off. So I think this will be really good for him to use these bigger, more separated colors with a bigger brush. So this will be nice. Then we have some tweezers, and last but not least, within the My Father's World curriculum, we got these amazing number wall cards. So we are learning not only colors, but the numbers 1 through 10 throughout the year. So each card has a number and a color and the animal that we are focused on learning about. So we have these 1 through 10. So these will be a pretty visual to put up on the board and have these up throughout the unit that we are studying. Now that's all for the My Father's World preschool curriculum, but I do have 2 other things that I wanted to share with you that we are going to be using throughout my son's preschool year. One of these items I already had on hand because I used the Gentle and Classical Press preschool program for my daughter for her pre-K year, and it came with this beautiful preschool morning binder, which I loved. The Gentle and Classical Press preschool program I felt was more geared towards 4-year-olds. It dives a lot more into math, phonics, memorizing the different letters of the alphabet, which is just a little bit early for my son. However, they have some really awesome things for the binder, and my daughter is doing the kindergarten morning binder for kindergarten, so I thought it would be nice to whip this out for him since I already had it on hand so that he could use this for preschool during his morning time. So there are different letters of the week. There are 2 pages so we can practice building with Play-Doh and then locating the letter. And then once you go through the letters from A to Z, there's some pages on shapes. But what we will predominantly be focusing on are the color pages. There's different pages that focus on color and recognizing different items that are a specific color. And then additionally, the number pages. So that's what we'll be focusing on for my 3-year-old with this preschool morning binder. So the last thing that I got for my preschooler is this big letter tracing for preschooler and toddlers. This is for ages 2 to 4. The reason that I like this is because it feels like a workbook. My daughter, my 5-year-old, is obsessed with workbooks. She loves drawing. My son isn't quite there yet, but in the event that he wants to do some workbook work, I got this for him, and I love that the letters are so big. And I think this will be great for him. One letter takes up an entire page. So this will be great for him to trace, to color, and then as he gets further into the book, it has it a little bit smaller so he can practice doing it large and then get to the letters that are a little bit smaller throughout the year. And then there's also on top of that numbers. So large numbers, and then as he continues on, little numbers. So I just think this will be a fun little book for him to have in the event he wants to do a little bit of workbook work. All right, guys, that is what I'm planning for preschool. We are planning to do a very gentle year for my son. I'm super excited that he wanted to do school and he wanted to have this special time. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to manage a kindergartner, a preschooler, a 2-year-old, and a newborn, but we're just gonna figure that out. I'm not sure. I might do like the littles in the morning do their little bit of school. I think this is only going to take about like a half hour to do each day, and then do my daughter's homeschool while all the littles are napping. I don't know, we'll see. I've got to brainstorm a little bit. But if you have any questions about the curriculum that I picked or any of the other items, be sure to let me know in the comments. I will try to link as much as I can in the description below. And I appreciate you guys sticking around for the end of this video. Thanks again for joining, and we will see you next time. Have a blessed week.